Hello everyone, good morning and welcome back to Hearthstone, where we play the ladder. The monthly ladder even. My name is Rooster and we're playing Dragon Warrior today. So this deck has been making waves as lately in Constructed. It's been doing rather well. So I thought I'd give it a try. I've tried this deck before. With middling success. Let's call it middling. Yeah. But apparently the deck is well. I was going to say the deck's much more aggressive than I thought, but I think I did. I realized pretty quickly that the deck is an aggressive deck. Are we spending our Alexstrasza's champion here? We don't have a great follow-up. I don't like using the Blood to Ichor to kill it, although we still have the coin to use a 4-drop, right? Let's pass the turn here. Don't like passing, but I also don't like losing my Alexstrasza's champion to a 50-50. That would be a pretty bad time. At least we can make him do the trade. That's A. And second, we can not waste the coin to do so, so we can coin out a 4-drop. That would be pretty nice. Would also be pretty nice if I top decked the dragon right about now. Kind of the problem with the deck in general, actually. If you don't draw your dragons for your synergy cards, hey, that's pretty good. Then you might be in a little bit of trouble. What do we do here? We could Blood to Ichor and then Ghoul after we coin. How's that? It's not awful. We don't have a dragon. We could Slam and trade. It doesn't leave us with any board though, so I don't like that plan too much. I think I like this approach. It's a little suboptimal. Well, actually not that suboptimal after all. Wait, am I missing something in this deck list? No, I guess it's not. Maybe that was the problem. Maybe the problem was that that I was trying to do too much cute stuff with the deck. That might very well be. Because I'm looking at this deck list and I think, wait, where's the card draw? Huh. I think I hit the mute button on time there, but I can't be sure. That's incredible. So let's see what hero power we can get here. If it's something that deals 1 damage, that would be pretty sweet. And I'll take a Fire Blast here, sure. Could also go for a rogue hero power, actually. We don't mind hitting our face into that, I think. And it's a little more efficient. Against the hunter, though, I'm a little worried about our survival. So I don't hate not taking damage. It's like using a rogue hero power and a warrior hero power at once. Only you don't get to use the second charge, I guess. Doesn't make all that much sense anyway. But is he killing that? I'm not sure that's the greatest idea ever, sir. Because I've got a pretty big dude here. Might also... I'm tempted to just taunt up here, but it's not that great a matchup against the high main. Unfortunately. I'll go with a 9-9 here. That seems pretty good. I guess it didn't really matter that he did run into that thing. He didn't really have a great play. Oh. Well, there's a deadly shot, alright. But the Twilight... Oh, now I don't have a dragon anymore. Yeah, see, that's where things go wrong. That is where things go wrong. But at least we have got this. Which will present a decent threat on the board. We probably execute that thing. And we probably X-Face. I don't care about these beasts here. We need to get them down. We already aggro here. I'm not sure that's a great idea, by the way. You could have a Call the Wild. Maybe I'm smarking it a little bit too much here. That might have been a mistake. Especially since he has a pretty nice taunt right now. And he's dealing a not insignificant amount of damage to our face, but it's just going to be the way it is, I guess. Do we slam? I guess we slam. Slam to the wrong card. Don't hate it. We are slightly more aggressive than we should be. I get the feeling. Okay, let's do it this way. Seems decent. Seems decent. Now all we need is a dragon to taunt up, and for him to not have his second Call the Wild. Because that would be most unfortunate. Yeah, I definitely made some mistakes here. I probably should have played the taunt instead of the 9/9. He hadn't used any big removal yet. If he didn't have the deadly shot, then he would have been pretty much dead. So I guess there's upside to that. He seems to be unable to deal with this. If that high main hits face, then we're in a bit of trouble, though. Alright, so he's going for the lethal in 2 turns, I guess. We did not get a taunt, so that's a little unfortunate. We cannot deal with this board, so I guess we're dead.
Well played.
I guess we're dead. So yeah, high main's tough to deal with. Tough card. And Deadly Shot, I guess. Deadly Shot is rough. It's rough when you are playing 9/9s. But I may be approaching this the wrong way. Let's see if we can actually properly think about stuff right now. I'm trying to do too much at the same time, like holding a discussion on why there is no card draw in this deck. Because I was getting a little sidetracked here. Another Hunter, great. How do we feel about the Hunter matchup with this deck? I don't know. Not feeling so good after that first game, but I could very well be wrong. Of course, I don't think we keep this. That's the high end of our deck. So that should be unnecessary, I think. We were doing so good at the start, and then stuff started going downhill. Pretty much with the Deadly Shot, actually. So if we just played the taunt there, then we wouldn't have lost that 2-1. He would have had to take a 50-50, probably an entirely different approach, actually. No, that's not the case, because he could have just run the high main into... Interesting. Let's hold on the X for now. I don't know what would be the right approach there. Oh, hello there. Well, that deck is pretty much guaranteed to win the joust, so I don't feel too terrible about that. But we do want to worry a little bit about our stuff here. I think we play a Technician just as a 2/4. It's a little unfortunate, but at least we have something on the board which kind of forces him to deal with stuff. Also need to be prepared for the eventual Yogg, though. We have a dragon now, so that's something. But if we don't deal with that Yogg, things might get a little ugly. We could X into that, though. And then play another 3/4, or we could... He's pretty much always got a removal for this. They have On the Hunt, so I don't think the Cork Run is going to be too effective. I think I like this still. I know we can actually Cork Run face, which is not too terrible. It's more mana efficient. I think I like it. Puts on a little bit more pressure than the 3/5. The 3/5 is a little harder to deal with, but getting the immediate 4 damage is going to be quite relevant. And there's the On the Hunt. Alright. As predicted. So how do I feel about Ghoul now? Not too great. Not too great. I think I'll just go for this and the armor up. I'm not too threatened by the 1/1 on the field. And he's unlikely to spend a Hunter's Mark or anything similar on removing this, so it'll cost him some effort at the very least. He's pretty much playing the control game until it's Yogg time. No, still had the coin. That's pretty nice. Good turn for him. Exchanging the coin for a random hunter card is pretty much always a good deal. So that could be freezing. Am I worried about that being freezing? I don't know. I guess I could play a Kraken Elite and try and find out. Should I? That's a bear trap, and that's pretty good for us, actually. I think I like it. I think I like that plan. I would rather this run into a freezing trap than anything else. So we'll see. Was most likely going to be a freezing trap. I wasn't sure in what order he would place his things. If this is snakes, do I want to proc the snakes? It's either bear or snakes. I don't expect snakes to be in a Yogg deck, so let's do it this way. Oh, hello. Wasn't expecting that one, but I suppose from a lock and load, anything is possible. You can't see whether a secret is from a lock and load or not, can you? I don't think you can. Shall we proc it again? I don't think we want to. I don't think that's a very healthy idea. This should be fine. And then we can Gork run to check for the trap again next turn. Yeah, I don't think we can see whether a card came from lock and load or not. Whether a secret came from lock and load or not. So let's just weather the storm for now. I don't feel too horrible about using... well, I don't like using a Cork Run and running into a bear trap. That's the main concern here. So do we have an answer to that? I guess we do not. I guess we do not. So I could... Wait, did I proc a secret? I did not. So it's not snipe, it's something to do with attacking. So that means I could go for the frothing plus berserker, is that? That's okay. I guess that's fine. Could have a multi-shot though. You never know with these Yogg decks, do you? I probably should have played that in the other way around. Just in case. Because the multi-shot would feel really bad here. Another on the hunting. Oh, unleash. Okay, that works. That works. I can at least make him waste a lot of resources, so that's okay. Gotta save the execute for the Yogg. This stuff is really awkward by now. Getting really, really awkward. Don't want to run the Cork Run into a bear trap, but I also... Do I want to generate an extra minion here? I always want to armor up, I guess, and then make an extra 2/2. Is that going to be worth it? Oh, that's spell power. Wait, that seems really bad. Let's not do that. We can keep the card as an activator for the execute, which I guess kind of works. We still haven't attacked with anything yet. That's really bad. Getting the Cork Run back again would be okay, I guess. Then play the taunt. That's fine. I guess I would have to play the taunt first in case of snipe, right? If the Cork Run gets sniped, that's really bad for us. So I guess we do it this way. If this is snakes, that's pretty bad. But getting the Cork Run sniped again, I don't think it increases cost even further now. So that is reasonable. He might still have a good way to... Oh, well, that's fine. That's fine. It's not too terribly efficient. We don't have a ghoul though. That's mildly concerning. I still don't understand how Yogg decks do things like this. When I play Yogg, it's just never working out. But he seems to be doing just fine here. Maybe I'm being too careful about the trap stuff. That could be true. Do we draw a card? I guess we draw a card. We still don't know what that last trap is. It's probably... It is going to be either bear or explosive, I guess. Can we get rid of Thorison? Let's draw a card. we can afford to use an execute if we draw another one. Do we want another hero power? If we get mage, then we can kill Thaurissan, which is not unreasonable. Don't want to use an execute here. I really don't. Let's try. I should have used my hero power first, actually. Yeah, I kind of should have. Do I heal? Do I dagger? I guess dagger is not awful. It's a little dangerous running into big stuff like that. I guess we kind of have to. It's useful for proccing traps too. Yeah, and I am executing Thaurissan here just because it's such a big thing on the board, and if we're doing stuff like using our face to kill 5/1s, then we should be worried about our health, and that did represent a lot of damage on the board. He seems to be unwilling to play Yogg yet, which is a little awkward for us. What happens if he has bear? I don't know. I don't know what we do if he has bear. That's an awkward thing to say. It's going to be bear, isn't it? What do we do if we trigger that? I guess we can kill it with our face, but yeah, we can Ichor and then hit it again. I kinda don't want to right now. Can we still Ichor? And yeah, we can. Let's trigger it. Let's trigger it. Maybe I should have killed it with the oh wait, that's... oops. Ordering, guys. It's a great thing. Okay, here comes the Yogg. Watch it. Oh, wait, what? Okay. Sure. If that's how you wish to play it, sir. If that's how you wish to play it. This is going to be awkward still. Let's just play this as a 6/6, right? If Yogg is gentle, then we will be able to do stuff, and if not, then I guess we're screwed. We're going to have to count on Yogg to be a kind god today. He's really banking on that thing. Wait, huh? Maybe I'm just misunderstanding that deck. But I don't understand why you wouldn't Yogg in such a case. Another power shot. Well, at least it lives. That's kind of okay, but I suppose you can just kill us without playing Yogg. That might be a thing. That might be an actual thing. Do we want to... No. No, we can't afford to do that. In that case we lose. We automatically lose if we blood the Ichor, kill that with our face, and then we still don't get to play the Crusher. We know what his last card is. We can just count on him not having anything. I guess it's the only way we're gonna win, right? If it's the only way we're gonna win, then we gotta take it. Let's do this. Or just play it. We can't win if we play this as a 6/6, right? Well, I suppose we could. I suppose we could win if we play this as a 6/6. So I guess we should. Do we play another minion? No, we don't. If we draw an execute, we want to be able to execute Yogg. Bring it on. Oh, Yogg is 9 mana, so that works. And if he gets a Call to Wild, then he doesn't need to play Yogg again. So, why is this matchup so awkward? I don't know. Probably because every Yogg deck is different. So you have no idea what to play around. I guess that's the problem. Could use a big thing. I guess that qualifies as a big thing. But I could have used them before. He is really hanging on to that Yogg over there. Doesn't want to risk it, I guess. Can't blame him, but it's frustrating. It's frustrating to know that even if you are on the verge of winning, then he can just still play Yogg and probably get a good result, and then you have no chance again. That's really frustrating. If we can't win with a Grommash top deck, we need one more damage for that. Seriously, one more damage? Yeah. Yeah, that's really awkward. Did we miss one damage somewhere? We may have. He's deliberating on whether to play Yogg or not. He doesn't know what our last card is. If it would be in a rage, then he's dead next turn. If we top deck Grom. Or he's just disconnected. In which case, well, I'm not going to say anything. Is he going to drop Yogg right at the last second? No, he's not. What's going on here? Well, if we're going to make this a Yogg off, then sure. So this one's on you, friend. This one's on you. I am not sure what to think anymore. Come on, play the Yogg. Or just lose. That's fine with me. That's fine with me. Should have played the Yogg while you had the chance. I don't know. He was, yeah, he just disconnected. He was playing that whole game, but if you're banking on a Yogg, then you might have as well have just lost. So if Yogg is going to be your win condition, then I don't know. I don't feel like I lost that game. A good Yogg could have killed him as well as killed me, right? You're not giving up a game on 50-50 chances. And while I'm not saying that Yogg is a 50-50 chance, there is definitely no guarantee that he would have won that game. Do we keep a dragon? Do we keep a dragon? That seems really awkward. We could keep a curve, but a 2-3 on turn 2 is really awkward. Guess we'll keep this. Feels bad keeping an Azure Drake in your opener, but having the dragon is actually kind of important here.
Greetings.
For many reasons.
Greetings.
For a great many reasons. Oh, we're in an aggressive matchup. Okay. Next question. Do we kill that thing? He could upgrade and kill our thing, but I think I would be okay with that. Sure. We kill his pirate. It's actually kind of important in case he coins out a Black Sail. What's it called again? Corrupted Corsair, or whatever it is. I don't remember. But if he coins out that new pirate, then that could be pretty bad for us, because that's an upgrade with a minion attached, and that would be pretty bad for us. And this is relatively okay. I won't say we're in a great spot, but our deck does have a bit more longevity than his deck. So I feel reasonably confident in that aspect. He still needs to trade a minion and a weapon charge here. So my guess is he will run out of steam before we do. The question is, do we run out of life before he does? That was a great question. I do know we have this really fancy taunt around here, which is going to do some work, I think. He does have a pretty big weapon, which is mildly concerning. But this seems fine. We can Blood to Acre next turn to get some value, I guess. Depends, of course, on whether or not he runs his minion in here. Whirlwind... I'm okay with that. He kills his own minion, basically, so I don't have to do it anymore. I'm perfectly okay with that, and that's a decent top deck. Don't hate it.
wield the power.
The Acolyte is a little strange, but I guess a deck needs its card draw, and people are kind of getting tired of the Bell Rage hype train. Most warrior decks that needed card draw, like for example Tempo Warrior a while back, would have used Bell Rage to draw cards, but that can't always be the right solution, can it? That's an ugly card, but that's a good top deck, so I can't really complain. Let's kill this, unfortunately. But that weapon is going to kill anything we play, so I don't feel too bad about doing this. I guess we could have Azure Draked into... No, we couldn't. If we had one more mana, we could have Azure Draked into double Bloodtaker. Still a bit greedy. Do we execute that? Yeah, we pretty much always execute that. Another question could be to Bloodtaker again. Perhaps the slime? I don't know. The Bloodtaker is still pretty good in case he plays something with 4 health now. Which is not entirely unlikely. And in that case we can Azure Drake into Bloodtaker that. And that's pretty sweet. Ooh, or we can play the Technician. We kinda need to kill that Berserker, but playing the Technician with the bonus is also quite relevant. Let's take it easy. We'll give him his card. Wait, I was miscounting my mana. Well, I guess you can have your card, friend. I guess you can have your card. This is actually quite awful. I thought I could play something. I thought I could play both the Azure Drake and the Technician. So that's really awkward. That is actually pretty bad for us, because now we may have to. Oh, he might not trade. He might not trade. It's okay. He's drawing a lot more cards than we do, which is mildly concerning. I'll be the first to admit. I didn't expect an aggressive warrior deck to be so vigilant on the card draw. Oh, he's trading that one. Okay. Well, yeah, I suppose that's still pretty good for him. That's a lot of damage. Yeah. So we should have definitely killed that right there. That was a pretty big mistake. I'm hoping to draw an execute there, or I'm dead, right? Yeah, I'm dead if I don't draw an execute.
Well played. I choose death.
That game could have been winnable if I just Azure Draked and Bloodtakered. Could have definitely won that one. That's a shame. That's what you get for not counting correctly. But playing the Technician was a stupid idea anyway. I'm not sure how it got into my head that would be a good idea. Because Berserkers are way more dangerous than they look. They're very... They look very innocent. They're only a 2/4 for 3. And he even forgot to... This is actually pretty amazing. I can just keep the Fairy Dragon around. And as long as I keep the Fairy Dragon, then the Blackwing Corruptor is going to be pretty good too. I actually don't hate keeping all of this. Just because the Blackwing Corruptor is so good on turn 5. As long as you're guaranteed a dragon. And we even get an additional dragon, so that's pretty good. Coining out... Well, I guess we could Fairy Dragon now. But this is going to be a better idea, I think. Contests a... What am I trying to say? A Trug plus a Lightning Bolt, I guess. So that's a slow start for the Shaman, which is good for us. What do we do next turn? Doesn't matter if I play this, right? Shouldn't matter. I don't think it should matter. What kind of shaman deck would we be up against? Are we up against the control shaman again? That could be a thing. A little weak on the next turns, unfortunately, but this turn looks pretty good still. He might Lightning Storm afterwards, which is why we probably shouldn't be... he can't Lightning Storm next turn, can he? Because the coin was ours. I think I'm okay with that then. If he doesn't deal with this, I can hit him for 9 and then play... yeah. That board wouldn't have been nearly as intimidating if I played the Fairy Dragon instead of one of the Alexstras's champions. So it's a good matchup against Tomtrog, but most importantly Feral Spirit. Which was the thing that was in my head, but for some reason the Trog seemed more important or something. But the Trog is only a 2-3 if they Lightning Bolt your creature, in which case it doesn't matter what you're playing, and if you're trying to avoid Trog plus Lightning Bolt, then the Fairy Dragon might be a better play. So that's interesting. Ravaging Ghoul seems really good against 2. I think I will keep it. This card seems so much better than the Mage one. Of course, I'm talking about the Control Shaman and about the comparison to the Mage minion, but that's the episode that's coming up tomorrow, so... just a matter of ordering, I guess. Does it really matter? We had Mage, then Warlock. Warrior has been a much longer time ago than the Mage, so yeah, definitely this episode is airing before the Mage one. So you've got something to look forward to. We don't have another dragon. Is that a problem? No, because we need to curve out here. We need to curve out here, and that's going to be more important than hitting the dragon on turn 4, I guess. Yeah, I think so. With 2 dragon activators, this feels a little awkward, though. I will admit. What's gonna happen? Oh, okay. It all makes sense. It all makes sense all of a sudden. I think I will slam the Knife Juggler here. That sounds like a pretty good idea. Kind of fixes my my curve a little. If I can trade the Fairy Dragon into something and then play the Ghoul next turn, that's still not awful. Although I will... yeah, that's sharp. That's sharp. I can appreciate that. I will allow him to take this trade and just play a 2-6. 2-6s are pretty good against 2, it seems. That will take the entirety of a Power Overwhelming and the other 2 minions, which means he can trade into the Fairy Dragon. So he would need a Power Overwhelming and another +2 buff, or I guess a Direwolf Alpha could work. But no matter how we're approaching this, it's going to take the brunt of his turn. And if the Fairy Dragon survives, that's still fine with me. And this means he has to invest additional resources. So yeah, I'm okay with this situation. I would like to draw a dragon here, though. That would be especially sweet. That is not exactly what we're looking for, but I will take it. And I guess we can armor up, so that's not awful still. Yeah, maybe I should have played the Ghoul there, but that felt really bad killing my own Fairy Dragon like that. And I still wonder whether it would have been a better idea to keep the Fairy Dragon around. Is that a Mortal Coil? Does Sue play Mortal Coils? Maybe for the matchup against other Zoo decks. I guess that kind of makes sense. What can we get that's helpful in this situation? Not a whole lot, I'm afraid. We just play a 5-4. I guess we can just play a 5-4. And we can get something more helpful. Sure. Let's first check what we can get, and then probably still play a 5-4, which is a little awful. I guess we're taking the Rogue, aren't we? We're mostly worried about getting rid of 1/1s. We could heal. Heal seems kind of terrible. Mage could be good, but I think Dagger is going to be better here.
I wield the power of black.
Let's go for this. He's going to have to waste something like a Power Overwhelming again to get rid of the 5/4, which I suppose is good enough. It's far from ideal, but we have to work with whatever we can get here. I do wonder whether playing or not playing the fairy game, the fairy dragon, would have been better for us. It would mean there would be a Void Walker and a Knife Juggler. We could still slam the Knife Juggler. That Void Walker might have made things really awkward. I don't know. I don't know which one of those decisions would be correct. That's really interesting.
I wonder.
I think a Power Overwhelming would be pretty much a given here, because he can't just let his stuff die for free. But his hand must be really awkward, I guess. That looks like a really awkward hand for him. Okay, how can we abuse that? We can Ghoul and Hero Power. Still not awesome. I guess in most cases we can just Frothing, Ravaging Ghoul, trade. Seems okay. Do we want to hurt the Berserker? I think I'm okay with that. Most effects that the Warlock might have will likely deal 4 damage at the very least, so I think I'm okay with this. Hitting into this, trading this one in, I'm fine. And this Berserker is really dangerous for him, so he will have to Soulfire or perhaps even Leroy into it. Why is that card in your deck? Am I even facing a zoo deck? I don't know. I don't know anymore. We'll just let Ragnaros decide here. I am utterly confused. I guess it makes sense if people don't expect it, but that card runs counter to so many of your plans. I don't understand. It worked, but that doesn't mean I understand. If you're playing a minion now, that seems a little greedy. What do? We can execute something, we can slam something. Do we block the Ichor and then slam? That seems okay. Or slam and then block the... Oh, that's really awkward. I guess we slam this. Then we can block the Ichor to finish it off. Or execute this one. I guess I'll slam this one and then perhaps execute. I don't know. I don't know what's right or wrong anymore. This seems okay. We can't finish off the other one. I guess we could have guaranteed the 8 to face, which prevents him from tapping, which I guess is kind of good. Do we keep the Technician? I don't think we keep the Technician. If he has another Hellfire, he's fine to do so. He's free to do so. It's a free world. So there was a way to guarantee the damage to face, but I don't know whether that's worth it. Because we could Hero Power and execute and slam an Ichor on the 2-3. Or Ichor... Well, we could Hero Power to finish off the 2-3, so we get the cards and the 2-2. I guess that's also okay. What is that Hellfire doing in your deck? I keep wondering. I can't help but wonder, why is that card in your deck? If this is all he does, then I think I'm okay with facing the 5-5, executing Soulfire that one. Well, I guess that takes some options away. Do we still execute this one? I guess we'll take the 50-50 to win, sure. We'll take a 50-50 to win the game. And otherwise, yeah, that's fine. This deck confuses me. I'm not used to playing aggressive warriors, I guess. The hero power feels so awkward when combined with the aggressive cards. And if you don't get a good curve, you're pretty much helpless. That's my main concern with the deck. Also feels like it runs out of steam a little too quickly. So I would like to see some battle rage or something similar. I guess that's what the acolytes are for, but they feel there are no acolytes in this deck. What am I even talking about again? I was talking about card draw, and this deck having basically none except for the Azure Drakes, and I guess the Slams, but Slams can also be awkward at times. Are we looking for life tap? Well, I was just complaining about card draw, so I guess we can't go with anything but life tap here. Although I guess the Druid hero power or I guess the Mage hero power would help us kill a Totem Golem next turn. I might even consider drawing a card here. Yeah, that seems okay. We have a dragon, so this hand suddenly became pretty good. That's not awful. I think I like this Warlock hero power here.
Did you bring some fish?
1/1 totem. Oh, not a 1/1, but close enough. I'll take whatever I can get. Alexstrasza's Champion or Axe? I think the answer's Axe, but I don't like using the Axe to clear this, but if the then trades into here, then I can Axe it down afterwards and still play the Champion to get rid of a Feral Spirit, for example. Alternatively, if I charge into this thing, he trades into that, and then I can use the Axe to clear a Feral Spirit, and I still have the Finley. I guess it is still better after all, but it feels... No, but then I would have the Alexstrasza's Champion still. So I guess I'll take this. It feels awkward one way or another, but we can deal with a Feral Spirit completely right now, which we wouldn't otherwise be able to. And we can still afford to tap, so that's something. He's going to have 2 mana next turn. We can deal with this, but I guess I'll still tap. I'll allow him to clear the board. He's not going to build up a huge board here, so if he trades, then I can most likely. Oh, well, that's a thing that can happen, I guess. What's he boosting? Oh, we're up against Aggro Shaman. I did not realize. I did not realize this. Is that a problem? Is there a problem, officer? That is kind of problematic, because we've been dealing a lot of damage to ourselves so far. So far there was no indication of him being as aggressive as he turns out to be, though.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
But I will admit this is mildly concerning right now. Is he trading the Divine Shield, or... That seems really greedy, sir. It's working out for you, but that doesn't mean it's the right decision. Maybe he feels he has to be greedy? I don't know. Are we going for... Yeah, Flame Tongue Totem is just too dangerous to leave 2 minions alive. So I guess we're still doing this, but I feel really bad about taking this Warlock hero power now. And using it so much, because I'm holding all these cards and I can't possibly play them anymore. Will you stop doing that, please? Or just get absolutely wrecked by a ghoul? That would be really fine. I would really like to find a ghoul at some point in the nearby future. Let's just play some minions, shall we? We still have a dragon left over. We still have a dragon. He's playing really defensively for as few hit points as I have left remaining. So, Flametongue would clear the Berserker and would clear one of the fairy dragons, but then the other fairy dragon can clear the Flametongue, and we would still be okay. And any burst that's not going towards our face is good in my book. I will reiterate, though, I would really like to see a ghoul at some point. What do we do here? Oh, that seems like an okay plan. Sure. I would have played the Gorkron if I had anything to do besides the Gorkron this turn. Don't hit, don't hit, don't hit. Thank you. Okay. We still have a chance. We still have a chance. A slim chance, but a chance nonetheless. Ghoul! Why are you not a ghoul? Why? Where are these ghouls?
Taste my blade.
Let's finish this quickly. Let's finish this quickly. We have a dragon. He can trade into stuff. That's fine with me. I can still draw a ghoul, right? That would be most excellent. Have I said how much I would like to draw a ghoul? That would make me feel so good right now. Let's step into it. Are we dead? Not entirely.
For the life binder. For the dragon.
Not entirely. I don't know anymore. Why am I being punished? Why am I the one being punished when he is playing into ghoul the entire freaking game? A taunt. Well, I guess that helps. The taunt helps. Not a whole lot, but I'll take whatever I can get. What else do we play besides the taunt? A big thing? We can't play multiple things, so I guess that's what we have to do. That is the highest threat on the board, and I'm never going to get these guys into 9/9s, so... Yeah, that's fine. Oh, hello, there's a Doomhammer. Well, if you're facing that twice, then I still have a chance, right? Do I? I'm hitting that into the taunt. Yeah, I could still win. I may have to take a 1 in 5 on the Ragnaros though. That's a bit ugly. Do I really? Is that my only chance? Wait, can I kill him? No, I can't. I can tap and kill him. I could tap into lethal. If I tap, I can still play Ragnaros, right? It's either tap or it's Ragnaros. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's lethal, right? That was a type 1! Wow! Alright. I hope you could stand the saltiness in that last game. I'm sorry, guys. I'm usually not that... not that mad at my opponents, but this is one of those rage moments where I can mildly understand why people would add someone to their friend list just to yell at them for how lucky they were. Just a smidge of understanding. That's all. All right. I do hope you enjoyed this deck. I will have to give it some more thought. I don't know whether I like this deck or not. But I did progress through the ranks, so I guess one can't argue with the results, can we? In each case, if you have any suggestions on what deck to play next, please leave a comment below. Have a great day, guys, and I will see you again tomorrow.